Okay, so quadratic functions. There are two forms. And somebody just did a good job of giving me an example of the general form. And the general form is and that's called general form. In the standard form, also called the vertex form, you should recognize is the form that tells you exactly how this is transformed from the basic y equals x squared function, right? So, it's a transformed y equals x squared function, and the vertical stretch is a, the vertical shift is h, and the horizontal shift is h, and the vertical shift is k, right? And a is the same for both forms. So if you have it in this form, you already know what the vertical stretch is. And we've even talked about why that's so, okay? If you expand this, you're going to get an x squared in here, right? It's still going to be multiplied by a, so it's going to still give you an ax squared, right? So if you just expand this, you see how these variables relate to each other, okay? Vertical stretch a having to write this pretty small, but we've seen it. Okay? There's your vertical stretch, there's your horizontal shift, there's your vertical shift. And hopefully you understand why those shifts work the way they do, because you're going to have to in order to do the transformations that you're asked to do in the test. Okay? And you're going to be more secure with that if you understand why they work, but right now, if you just understand that they work and apply them correctly, I'm not going to test you on why. Later on, I'll probably put a problem, worth a few points that asks you to explain some of these things. Okay? Right now, just get used to what they do. That's going to leave me content for the moment, and leave you content. Okay? Make sense? Okay? Now, zeros here. Axis of symmetry. X equals negative b over 2a, and vertex on the axis of symmetry. Okay? Those things you simply have to know very, very well, and all you have to do to understand this very, very well is practice. Okay? Use it. Do problems. Okay? I'm probably going to generate a lot of supplementary problems that you can do that are optional, just for drill and practice. Okay? Because things get a little more complicated. They don't get that much more complicated than they already are. But they get a little more complicated. And if you don't have the drill and practice to really understand these things, then the slightly more complicated things are going to escape you. Okay? And how much drill and practice you need, that's going to vary from one person to another. Some people get it right away and never need much drill and practice, and they retain it. Okay? And some people need more drill and practice just to get it in their heads. The good thing about drill and practice is the more you drill and practice on a specific type of problem, the quicker you can do it. So if there are 40 problems to do, and the first 10 take you an hour, the next 30 probably aren't going to take you even an hour. Unless there's a lot of calculation and busy work involved, and try to avoid that. Okay? So we'll try to focus on some of the things that come out of this major quiz that I think need a little more drill and practice. Okay? And then you have the option of doing that. It'll make things easier for you. Many of you are in very good shape, or appear to be, so I think people have been working, so I expect you all to do pretty well. But we'll see how you can do even better, right?